Just move that window like this so I can see chat from time to time if it goes off. Anyway, let's build this kind of Red Bull vending machine little corner. Right, so we're going to delete these two. We'll start building the actual vending machine itself. So it's not going to be complicated, so hopefully it won't be a long stream or long video. I always say that and it ends up being longer than it is. Oh, we can just chill. Let's pull out this, something like, I don't know, this. I know it's not perfect. Thinking, this look like a good shape size. It doesn't look very even. Maybe undo. Maybe I should have scaled them out together. There we go. That looks more even. Maybe a little bit in. Something like that. And let's pull this out a bit. I want it to be like a little bit chunky. I've prepared some assets, so I've downloaded like the Red Bull SVG of the logo, so I can kind of put it on the vending machine, and I've got some textures already made. I don't have to watch all this boring stuff. I mean, it might not be boring, but it can be boring sometimes. Anyway, let's kind of put in a little window here, so this is where we're going to see the drinks and stuff. So I'm going to put like some loop cuts in here. So this is kind of the window area, kind of. And let's see, so here. And then we're gonna have, of course, like the where you put the money in and the little keypad and stuff, and the drink slot. So say the drinks come out of here, this part down here, and then here, you know, you can have, I don't know, whatever you want. Let's just put in some additional, if that's the keypad, I'll just make some additional slices there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now in terms of faces, I'm just gonna delete this. Actually, I don't need to delete. I can just kind of just push the extrude manifold and just push this back in like so. We can have some cans that sit there on display. And then perhaps this here. Okay, maybe insert this. This can be maybe a little sign or something. Red Bull gives you wings or whatever, just a little LED thing. Let's extrude this in as well. Now I'm gonna go here and turn on so here creases of cavity so I can see that better. And now I'm just gonna drop a bevel modifier. Boom. There we go. Boom. I'm happy with that. Looks terrible right now. Hopefully it'll look better as we go along. So this section, like I said, this will be a I'll push this in and then I can model a separate piece that sticks out with the lid and stuff, you know, where you get your can out of. Like I said, we'll put some kind of number pad on there. Let's kind of shape this up. I want to bevel these. I'm thinking edge. Yeah. Kind of, this looks kind of boring here. And then if I want to select this, maybe I want to just another loop cut in here. Let's just extrude the long normals and put this in. There we go. So it's got a little bit of a frame. If I get another mesh cube, oh, I'm going to just drop a generate bevel on that. Well, I'm going to scale this down. Let's get it from above. I'm going to X-ray. It's going to go to here. I'm just going to hit S to scale, and then shift it over, and then S. I'm going to hit Tab, go to vertices, and kind of move this across. Move this over here. Control A. I scaled, then the bevel updates, and then just adjust that bevel. Now, of course, it's going to sit back in there, and it'll just sit like so. I'm happy with something like that. Just put another shelf in here. Maybe one just to let's fill that top part. Yeah, there we go. Happy. I'm gonna reuse the this cube. I'm just gonna reuse this and just scale this. Let's do something like use this for the numpad as well. I'm gonna scale this to like something like this. Control A scale, and then I'll just stick it on. Gonna also let me actually while I'm here duplicate this. I'm gonna place this down here, and then I can use this as well later, like I said, to model the little part where you collect the drink. But let's go back here. And so let's kind of move this into place. You know where it says where you put in the numbers. Like enter which number, C1 or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff, but let's see. Control A. Select this front face. Inset. I don't want to push it all the way. There we go. And then I'm just going to actually duplicate this again. Now I'm just reusing stuff. Just make a little key. There we go. Shift D, and I'm going to just align this. There we go. Yeah, I mean it's a little bit too big, so I'm looking at it. It's a little bit too big. Thinking. I don't know, something like that. But look at it from far away. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm thinking about it. Okay, next I want to do little money slots, so I can just reuse this. Boom. And just go to X-ray mode, and I'll just move some of these vertices and kind of just shape it out how I need it. Turn that off again. If I get a sphere, something like normally like those coin slots, they have like a sphere, right? It's like not a sphere, but they're kind of curved. I'm just gonna go here, X-ray. Delete half of this. Freeze. It's not perfect because I can still see this. And I probably got the same down here. There we go. And I'll just squish this in a bit. And I could probably, not probably, I can just actually, yeah, let's select these. And select these. And let's just extrude in. Oh, it's a manifold to see if that's any better. Yeah. I'll just stick that on there like a plate. So this is where you place your coins. Or you could do maybe the RFID reader. Nowadays it's like a, you can tap your phone. There we go. Yeah, it's just, this would make it a bit cool. It's kind of put it sideways. It's a fancy one. Or maybe it's loose, someone's been playing with it. And we need also the little change machine, right? Or whatever where the hole where the money comes out. So I'm just gonna insert this normally, and I'll just push this in. Boom. I'll shift this. I want this. Align this over here. What I'll do is reuse this. Shift D. Bring this down. Boom. And let's move these. What happened to that music? YouTube music. Oh, do you have to have it actually open? Let's kind of shape this. Do the long normals. I'll do something like this. Like I said, it doesn't have to be. I don't know. I'm just kind of making this up. But no one says what's right or wrong, right? Something like that. And I'll do the same on here. Control A, scale. Kind of just place this. extrude out, and again actually I won't rotate this, I'll just cut this in half. I want to cut this across. I'll just use this knife and then this one face and then push the half back like this. Let's move this forward and push this back. There we go. Little flap things that you kind of find. Now let me select these faces and just do insert. Extrude. Hit E, S, and E again. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Does this look aligned? I don't think it looks aligned. That looks a little bit better. Alright. Make sure you save your work, so save as. I'm gonna save it in my Blender folder on the work. Yeah, call this red. Oh. Vending. Always save your work. You never know. It may crash at any time. Let's put some Red Bull logo on here. So I have a SVG, so I'm going to import this. I don't know what it'll look like, but I'm going to import this in from my documents. I've got a little YouTube folder I made with the prepared assets in here, so I can import this. Give it a second. What are you thinking? Now where is it? There it is. Let's scale this up. Okay, it's not terrible. Let's take a look at it from above. Rotate this and move this up. The cool thing about this, because it's curves, we can kind of adjust this to what we need it to do look like, which is cool. So maybe I don't need the energy drink, right? Maybe I don't want that, and I can just put this and the Red Bull or something like. I might change it. I know it's probably not their branding, but like something like that, and then place this on top of the vending machine. Now this, we go object center. Okay. Oh, I'll probably have to select them all together. Center it. There we go. Scale it. Let's get a nice size. Something like this. I don't know. Something like this looks alright. I don't know. I'm looking at scale. Let's see. Sorry, I tend to waffle along as I do stuff. I'm looking at this. This kind of looks boring as well, but The heck happened here? Did I accidentally like select these faces and or these edges here and move them up? It's like a slightly. I mean, I don't mind it. Yeah. I want to add something here or something. I want to add a little frame or something sticking out, bevel. But let's see what's going on with this. There we go. And then I guess we'll push this back. Cool. Now I want this kind of be like LED lights, right? So I'm gonna change these to these curves so it's not solid. If we go here, we can go to none and go to bevel, and then we can kind of just adjust this. I'm gonna have to repeat this on the rest of this. Same thing, just set this to none and then kind of adjust the value. Okay. Yeah, that could work. I wonder how this looks. Set this to none. And go like this. We'll need something to hold this together, right? So I'm gonna say none. Ooh. I don't know if this should be solid to hold. It don't look too bad. Eh. Let's just get some little cubes. And we can scale this something like this. We'll make them like transparent or something like some kind of plasticky glass. Which then holds it together. I don't know, something like that. I think we can get away with this. And then if I was to duplicate this and then rotate this, and then say this runs along the bottom, it's the base. And just pop this out a tiny bit. There we go. Yeah, if that's glass or something, and then these are neon lighting. I'm gonna hit save. I think that would work. Well, I think. I don't know. It could work, it could not work. I don't know. We'll see. Should we put some cans in here? So let's make a can. Or should we? I'm thinking if I do a can, then do I texture it before I do texture it as well at the same time? Normally I just kind of place everything where I want first. Let's just make a can. Make the cans. Then we don't have to worry about it later. Like I said, can we don't need. We're not going for close product shot, so we're not going to need to worry about making a can. What happens in music every time? Oh, so if the music minimizes, Oh, if the tab minimizes. This is what I'm talking about. This is YouTube Studio music thing. So which is kind of cool. They got this built-in YouTube music. You can check for Lo-Fi, for example, and you can play whatever you like. I don't know. It's cool. As long as you don't accidentally minimize it. Anyway. Let's make this into a can. Quick modeling. So I'm gonna do ES and kind of shape that can. E like this. Let's say that's the base of the can. E. Scale that in. E. And we just kind of push this in. And I'll do it one more time. Yes. There we go. That's kind of like the base of the can. Top of the can. Same thing. I'm just gonna E. I'm kind of rushing it. So if this is the little lip part, for example, so I can select this. Just extrude that along the normals there. Well, now what I'll do is just do E. S and then E. I'll just pull this out a tiny bit. That's what I have to do because I'm not going to do the ring pull. You can do the ring pull if you want, but because it's going to be sitting on the machine, you don't really see it. To be honest, and then if I select this loop here, I don't know. Maybe I can get away with something like that. Alright, let's see. I might be wrong, but let's see. That don't look like a can. Now I can't even remember what the top of a can looks like. What's wrong with me? Let me write in here. Can. Drink. Images. Yeah. So is oh okay. I mean Red Bulls doesn't taper like that. Just I can write in red. Yeah, it doesn't taper. Images. Yeah. Okay, so it's got a lip. Okay, it's got a lip. There we go. Cool. Let's quickly put a material on here. Let's go metallic. Alright, I just want to do if I do the can thing now, then I don't need to worry about it too much later. I'm gonna add a bevel. There we go. Of course, this is way too. Whoa. Why is it not doing anything to that? There we go. Okay, I think I can get away with that, right? on the materials, I'm just going to create a new material, and then on the color, I'm going to go image texture. I'm going to open this texture. So in documents on the YouTube folder, I have these. So if I go to Red Bull can, I have this Red Bull can. And of course, we won't see it unless I apply it to the faces I want. Right. So assign this material, for example, to this. And then of course we're going to have to do the UV mapping and stuff like this. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to fix this up with some metallic and then really rough. There we go. Oh, not very rough. There we go. We have a can. So can go here, UV editing. And then I could swap those textures out rather than, so it's kind of, I'm doing it kind of crappily, but yeah. Separate or split selection. These are all, those are separate. So I'm gonna just move all of this. Just let me move all this out of the way. There we go. There's no material on this, so it doesn't matter. There we go. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just have it just need a can. So if I go back into layout, remember this, we're looking at this from a distance. We're not looking at it close up. There we go. Now, if I duplicate this, I should be able to just swap the textures, right? Without having to do anything else. I mean, this is annoying me, this can here. The top, then get rid of the X-ray. This up. There we go. I don't know. I'm just gonna just add an extra shape to that or something. I don't know. There we go. From a distance, it should look alright. Just duplicate this. I'm going to just. Can I select both of these? No. Copy material. I'm gonna go. Remove that. Add a new. Or should I say paste material? There we go. Open. Let's do red can. UVs should apply the same still, so in theory I should just be able to sign. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got red. And I'll just do the same again. There's probably a better way to do this, to be honest. Oh yeah, there is. There is. Just do this add. Blue. And then a sign. There we go. I don't have to actually. I mean, you can go and remove this. Anyway, I'm just gonna repeat this. Add. New. Let's say paste. Sign. Green. One more. Add. Sign. I'll also paste this. So, yeah. Red, blue, green, yellow. We got some cans. Whoa. Gotta squish them a little bit. Just gotta sit them there. Boom, boom. And let's shift them around. There we go. Let's see what the... Yeah. See, it doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. Make sure I hit save, I don't want to have to repeat all that stuff again anyway. Let's put some text on here. Add text. I don't know, Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull, and then this is gives you wings. Now in my folder here, if I go documents, YouTube, you can see I have the Red Bull here. I'm going to reuse the Red Bull can on the actual vending machine, and I have some other textures that I want to use. We'll go here. Let's go now. Place this on here. Let's set this to none. Let's add the bevel on there. You can choose a better font if you have one. I mean, if you're following along. I don't have a better font. Oh, I do have fonts, but they're the best fonts. I'll just go with the default. I want a plate, a round plate on sitting inside that. I'm just gonna grab a plane. And I'll just bring this forward. Something like this. How's that look? Looks terrible. Looks terrible. Is that even aligned? I don't even know. Let's pull out the set to 90. Maybe it's the text. Yeah, the text is wonky. 90. There we are. I'm gonna hit Control A on this, just apply the scale, then I'll select these vertices and bevel these vertices. Right, the bevel option, increase those segments. That'll do. And I'll just kind of shift it around. Then I can put a separate material on this. This is just a little back plate. Little. Maybe I can get away with that. Let's drop on a solidify. Just tiny solidify. There we go. Okay, it's not looking terrible. Like, it's kind of terrible at the same time. Anyway, let's hit save. So I'm gonna reuse that texture for the Red Bull. So I didn't name my materials, but it was this one. So if I go here and go textures, now we've got this, the can texture. I'm just reusing the same texture on the vending machine, and I'll just kind of place it where I want by just doing the UV map, adjusting the UV maps. Bing. Let's see. So let's grab this front. Let's get this side face. Let's do this side face first. Let's do something like this. Oh. Actually, probably easier if I went into this view here, and there you go. Not that way. That way. And just go wink. Select that whole side, right? I know there's better ways of doing this. Project from face or from view. And I'm gonna just select this part. So I want this part of the logo. Now I want it to have to squish it. I have to squish it. There we go. Sorry, Red Bull, I'm destroying your logo, squishing it. There we go. I'll try my best not to destroy it. Bye bye. Maybe play around with this. I don't know. Let me undo. Should I select everything else and just shift this out of the way? There we go. Because we don't need the little slogan at the bottom. We just want the color. Of course, I could make the texture like the same way I just went and I kind of googled most of these textures and stuff, and then changed them around a little, tweaked them. But sure, I don't mind it saying that. Yeah, I can get away with that. You think? Yeah, I can get away with that. No one gonna know. I won't tell. I won't tell anybody. Okay. Just do this. Project from face again, overview, and then just kind of get this piece and just kind of bolt it on. Yeah. A little bit wonky. There we go. Of course, you could stencil this on, you can paint it on, you could texture it. So many different ways of texturing, right? There's a million ways you can texture this. Now I'm gonna do the rest of the faces. Unless, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, I could get away with something like that. And then do the same like here. See this half. Why not? What have I got to lose? Nope, that's fine. Don't look awful, does it? I mean, probably. Yeah. Where's gloss? What happened to the music? Oh, it just went to another track. As you can see, I'm just reusing. I haven't named my materials. You should name your materials. For like a green, lime green, plastic. Well, it's gonna want some emission, but also want it to be emitting that greenish color, but not too much. And I'll just apply 12, material 12. Easier actually if I just select them all. Oh. Select them all. Join. And remove that. There we go. This again. Let's go here. It was like 11. This can be a new material. Tie it. This of course will be the glass, so the BDS glass that we just did there. I could do the same material, which is this one, which is number 10. 10. 10. I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna change this. Neon red. Neon red. And again, I'll just apply this neon. Now this yellow, I'm gonna just remove that and then apply, not metallic actually, just go glossy. I don't know how this will look later when I render it, or when I'm in. I mean, I could see can get an idea if I go cycles. Let's go change this to cycles. GPU. And noise this. We're just going to put an environment there. Go for one of these kind of environments. Rotate it around. Go like this. Now the glass itself. I'm going to check some of these materials. Maybe more rough. Left for like a blue. We don't see any of the glow because we have to do compositing. We have to go new. Gonna have to add a filter glare. Drop this in. Change this to something like bloom. Then maybe you wanna go back here. If you go into the settings, you can set always, and you can kind of see it and adjust this to how you like. So if I did a vertical split and then go into my compositor and adjust the strength, you can play around with that. But yeah, maybe we'll do this later, or maybe we can even do ghost or fog glow. Probably fog glow is better. Anyway, so driving back to the right. That's not terrible. I think I could make this a little bit more interesting. If I add, for example, a light area, let's put an area like inside. Let's rotate this up and push this in. Oh, I could do an actual emission on that. I don't know. Let's see. Let's expose this. Maybe I could do a mission. Yeah, maybe I'll do an emissive surface on this face. Maybe select both of these, join them up. Tab. And then assign. There it's new. Assign. Plus. So on this one, if we go to mission, let's go for like a cool blue, ice blue. Pop that up. And it kind of highlights that more. And then whatever material I used on this, which I don't know, probably material 8, I could do on the inside of this. So I'll select this face. And then of course okay, so that top part is done. Front's gonna do this back side, which we can kind of just, doesn't matter. Alright. X-ray. X-ray. Yes, bomb. Doesn't matter too much there. And I'll do this side. Cool. Oh, why can I not see the oh yeah, because oh, there's the sign. So why can't I see it here? It doesn't matter. Anyway, let's scale this and shift it around. This needs to be perfect. There we go. We have a vending machine. Hit save. It's kind of boring on its own, so it's kind of just create an environment for it. So I'm just gonna plain. Boop. Make a little corner. I have a texture, concrete texture I want to use, so let's see if I can apply this to this. So, yeah. Image texture. Oh. In the documents, in my YouTube folder, in the where's the concrete? I got like a concrete. What do I call it? Wall. It was like a concrete thing. There we go. I can reuse this. Hopefully. It may look terrible. It may not. I don't know. To the edge here. Yeah, not terrible, is it? I don't know. I'll just kind of repeat the same thing on these faces. Edges, faces, and I'll just do project one view, and I'll do the same on this. Select both of these. Maybe I'll select one and then completely different. Yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing's perfect, right? And solidify this. And we can just use this top edge for these loops, bump, or these faces, bump. What in the world is that? What in the world, isn't it? There we go. Okay. For some reason it went, yeah. There we go. I just going to do this. Oops. Maybe better if I select this one and put it there, and this one and put it there. Put it there. Eh, doesn't look terrible, does it? Nah, not terrible at all. I'm gonna do the same on these and these on me. There we go. And then I'll just boom, boom, boom. One second. Yes, Samir? What's wrong? Later. I'm just making. Huh? Yeah, I'll play Fortnite later. I'm just making a video. Hello. That's Dave, but good luck. Thank you, Daily Animator. Hello. Oh, can you play Fortnite with me? And this is my focus really. It's not. I want to build a big space. Can I draw on this? Streaming to be. What do you need? Are you allowed to go on the tablet? Don't ask before you take the tablet, man. Delete vertices. Let's make some cables and stuff. Oh. Will it snap to surface? That's the question. Let's see. Snap to face. Can I draw on here? I don't know. It kind of nope, but it I don't know. And I'll move these positions into place. Oh, man, that's terrible. It's terrible. Let's place this up here. Bring this in. Thank you very much. Let's move this in. Oh no, I'm still learning. Still learning. So if it's in X-ray mode, why can I not? Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, why can I not see? There we go. Just gonna try to smooth this out. You know what? We're gonna just hit 0. Hopefully that's against the wall. Okay, let's see if I can get away with this. I don't know how this looks. It may look terrible. It does look terrible. But only one way to know. Let's just apply depth to that. Yeah, I don't like it. Pull this out. Okay, sign 2. Shifty. So this is 0. Mesh. Just want this UV sphere. I don't know, 12 by 12. These top faces. New metallic. Rough this down. Select inverse. Invert selection. Assign a new material. Assign. This material will be emissive. There we go. We can play around with this later. Shade auto smooth. Then generate an array along a curve. Undo. Hit Control A. Apply all transformations. Object center pivot submit. Again, I'm gonna hit Control A on this, and I'll set this, and then I'll add an array curve. Which curve? We want this one, of course. There we go. Let's rotate this. Push this in. Not perfect, but let's see. It's terrible, but hey, I like it. Terrible. Ow. I don't know. It might work. It may work. I don't know. and it feels like it's lacking and stuff. I know I'm facing the light onto itself. Kind of want. Kind of just playing around right now with look. Just had some box cover this up. I can put the cardboard box there. Just get a mesh. Oh. Just gonna kind of put cardboard box here. So this material here could need some tweaks. I'm kind of just doing it and making it up as I go. But yeah, what I feel looks okay and not okay. I don't know. It's not much of a tutorial, it's more of just making stuff. Alright, before I do that, let's go back into here. Let's just put texture on here. New color, image texture. We got this box. I got this box, so I'll go here, documents. Got this box, cardboard box. And what I can do is just go into here. And kind of map it where we want, right? We get this top face. I don't know, we could just. Can we split all of these? No, do I have to do it by like this? Oh, Alt M. So Alt M. Cool. Alt M. Alt M. Just make sure these are all separate pieces. There we go. Alright. Undo. Alt M selection. There we go. Now we've got separate pieces. So if we want this face, for example, we can just kind of select this, over here. I know it's not perfect, or it's not the best way to do stuff, like I said. Again, just the bottom, so the bottom doesn't matter too much. So I'm gonna just kind of take this part of the texture and just get away with it doing like that. Side of the box, we can probably use something like this. Does this music sound some kind of Dark Souls when I chose Lofi? Sounds some. I'm like, I'm gonna fight a boss level music. Oh, this is upside down. I guess the umbrella beads keep dry. I don't know. I know it's not perfect, like I said. Just I'm just gonna go like this. Yes. Ah, I don't want to do that. Got the wrong tool selected. Maybe I'll do this half like this. Other way round, of course. Wop. And just move it over. Kind of works out, right? It's not the best, like I said. This is going to be against the wall, so it doesn't matter. But just in case, actually, nah, doesn't matter. Like I said, doesn't matter. Gonna go back into here. Okay. As long as we make sure we don't show that side of the face, we get away with it, right? We can kind of rotate this. We can push our luck. Push it like this. Just duplicate this again. What happened to the music? The music has ended. Oh, so I got to the end of that playlist. I'm just gonna go random music then. What happens if I add a bevel to this? And do the same on this. It does not look bad. And what I'm gonna do is actually just grab one of these cans, shift D. I might distort it a little bit. There we go. Scale it a bit. Maybe I'll put something here. Whoop. Should put a little tree in the corner or something, little plant pot here. Perhaps a little plant pot. I don't know. It doesn't look terrible. It's not awful. Make sure you save. I haven't saved all this time, so I'm gonna hit save. Let me just. I know I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm gonna do a vertical split. Go asset browsers. Get my gobos. Let's get these clouds. And increase the angle, exposure. I want a little bit warm. A little bit of warm color in there. Just gonna get another plane. I think I'll add some kind of plant or something. I don't know. It just looks like it needs something. I can put more boxes or cans there, but it's something. It needs something. Let's increase that radius a bit. Can we do something with this material? No. Yeah, maybe we can. Maybe we can do something. Let's go into this vertical split. We'll have this open here. Play with the shade of this. Let's change the shader editor. Let's see, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. So maybe this goes into a color ramp. I don't know, and this goes into the roughness, and then this then allows me to do something. No. What do you need, like a what's that called? Mix shader. No. Mix color? Is it mix color then? Would it be mix color? I can't remember. Mix something. You're mixing something, that's what I tell you. I don't know, honestly. I want this, but then I want to control the roughness of that. Like, you know, like how I'm controlling this. Why is my brain not working? If I was to, for example, get this roughness, yeah, and if I was to get this roughness and put noise texture, right? This noise texture affects this overall. I can see it affecting the texture. I don't mind. I can see. I don't know. Or I'll just this roughness up like this. I need to. There's so many things you have to work and learn. And, anyway, join left. There we go. Add droplets. Big scales and bring the density down. 100. could make a little blob mesh. Again, like something like this. Perhaps. This one's like this. I want to bring this down. Whoa. ES. Oh, let's just get this up. Yeah, this could be a little plant thing. I feel I can, you know what, I could shift these. I want to add more of these. I don't know. This, shift these. That. Just add a tree or little plant thing, like I said. So we want single vert. Kind of get this in place and move this on. Oops. Oh, no. Skin. Skin. Let's add a deform subdivision surface. Let's go here. Is it Alt A? Alt. Come on. Alt. I swear it was. Is it Alt A or Shift A? Shift A. Maybe it's Shift A. No. Not Shift A. Control A? Control A. Okay, there we go. I keep on getting lost in there. what do you call it? Shortcuts. Let's kind of shape the tree how we want first. I don't know. I'm just kind of making it up. Shape this. Control A. Control A. Or the best tree in the world, or the best thing. Object center. Where's the origin over there? Let's origins. Let's just move it ourselves. Run it here. Just uncheck that. Oh, it's not good enough. There we go. I'm gonna scale this a little bit. Does this not look very smart? What happened to my tree? Did I move something? That'll do. Up. There's not carbon in it? Oh no. It's like a hand. Can I kind of scrape into this, or I don't know if it will break clay. Let's do this. Where's the resolution on this? Do I bring down the pixels? Is it add more detail? Yeah, kind of. Nothing. I don't know. Not go. I don't need to. Just wanna. It's not completely smooth. Oh, that's terrible. No, that's terrible too. I guess the branches, the little things don't matter because I'll put leaves or something to cover that. And let's do here. Yeah, I can get away with that. I can get away with that. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Let's make a mesh plane. I don't know if this will work or not, but I will try my best. Oh, I had the X-ray on. Let's see what happens. Apply these. Alright. And then we're gonna get a ISOC. One. Let's see. I'll do one and then duplicate if it works. Alright, so if I go to modifiers, generate scatter on surface, and then we're going to select what object should be this leaf, right? And we're going to say, of course, the leaf is too big. So So how do you scale this leaf? Transform. 0.2. 2. Randomize. That's not actually terrible, you know. That's instancing. Can't even play around with the scale there. Let's go 0.35. 0.35. I don't know. I could get away with that. As long as I put the material, that green material, maybe. Yeah. It's not the worst, it's not the best. So I can just play around with this density a little bit more. Kinda like that. I don't mind it, to be honest. Shift D. Rotate this around. Can kind of scale this and shape it. And Shift D. This one's small. And then of course you can kind of play around with these each individual densities, which is kind of cool. Cool. Let's select all of these. Tiny bit. Let's see how it's looking. It doesn't look terrible, does it? It's not that bad. It's alright. There's a little tiny bit of sculpting just to add some kind of break that up so it wasn't so smooth. And then maybe we can put some little rocks in here. We can just use separate selection. Alright. Let me save. Let me change this song, whatever this song is. I don't know what this is. Alright. Let's. If you go mesh, we should have extra mesh. We should have rock generator. We don't need one. We don't need too much detail on it. That'll do. Where is it? It is in the ground. There we go. I just applied the same material, so 27 to this. 27. And then I'll just rotate this around. What I'm going to do is actually add. Get rid of the bevel on this. Add. There we go. Point 1. There we go. Randomize. There we go. Now, the save. I'm gonna go into here, vertical split. I want a camera, and then I'll end it here. I think we reached almost the end. I'm gonna press N, go to view, and I'd like to do camera to view. Hit home on the keyboard, which fills the space. What I'd like to do is turn these gizmos off, so I can just focus on what I want to look at. Now I can kind of position the camera, get the shot I need. That's it. And then of course if you want to tweak any of the camera light lengths, if you want to play around with that, you can, or go to like orthographic, which I kind of want to go for an orthographic camera. I also like to do passport out, so then we just focused on that. And we can kind of shift this down. Okay, I'm going to play around with some of these colors and materials just to get the look and feel I want. I want warmth, a bit of warmth. It feels very cold right now, so I don't know if I can get that from. Maybe you can just. I don't want too much going on that this, but I don't mind this, but this trap is too much. Nah, I don't need it. I may add instead. Add a light. I'm gonna add a point light in. I want kind of like orangey purple, I don't know, pinkish light coming in. Actually, I don't know, it might be stupid, but it might work. Let's not put the point light, but let's get a area light. from above. I want backlight on that. Even if it's a tiny bit. There we go. I don't mind that too much. Play around with the color. That feels more and nicer. Now this color I don't like. It's too. I like the green. I actually like the green. Green's not looking too bad. Let's see. Increase this. Yes, a bit more. Let's split this. Get my asset browser. I want another Gobo light. Let's get a grid. Let's try this. I don't know. It may not work. It may work. Then I can try a different one. Where is the light exposure? Hello, I just started. Hey, thank you, Tesco Slasher. Thank you. It's not much of a tutorial. It's kind of just me struggling. I'm still learning Blender to do. I'm rusty. I'm a bit rusty. I'm a very rusty. How are you? How's your evening? I see that adds a bit more interest. Maybe I'll just want to change the color of that. There we go. With the pig video, you know, I struggled with. Let me save this. I realized after you could do it with the loop tools. If you're using the loop tools, if I go joint down, if I was to get, I don't know, cylinder. Yeah, cylinder. I'll do it as an example. I didn't know you could do this, you see. If we just let's split this. Let's add some cuts in here. And say okay, I want this to be a circle, right, with the loop tools. When you hit circle, it flattened it, right? Thank you. It flattened it. I didn't know. Look, there's a little thing here that says flatten. I didn't even know that. So you can just uncheck it. Then it doesn't push it in. It will try to keep the shape of the actual object. That would have helped when I was doing the pig one. I know it's not the best circle, but yeah. And then you can, of course, I didn't pay attention to the loop tools, the additional options here. But yeah, and then you could have then extruded, for example. Then I could say, oh, I'm gonna extrude that pig leg or whatever. I got a pig leg. But yeah, I don't know if this looks okay or if it's too much. Have I done too much? Too little? I know the yellow on here. And then then make that yellow. That's supposed to be yellow. There we go. And then that's supposed to be a neon yellow here. On here, that's supposed to be yellow and the yellow. There we go. I'm not sure if I should make that the same. Alright, let's see how it looks. Nah, leave it like that. I think that's better. Of course I can tweak these. And should I add? Can I add noise to that? I don't know. I'm just. Let's see. Should it? Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. Not color. I want that emission. What will happen if I do this? This just looks the same. I don't know. I don't know what will happen. So black doesn't. Does black do anything? Yeah, black does something. Oh. Maybe I don't want it to be evenly lit. I don't know. Like. Maybe this one. There we go. So some parts maybe a little bit dim and not perfect. I don't know. But yeah, I think I've reached that point where I'm happy. It's not the most complex scene or model. It's maybe I can add some, if I wanted to add some little brackets on the wall. We can even add, should we get Google a Red Bull poster? Red Bull poster. That's it. I don't know. What's Red Bull poster? Images. Poster or poster? I don't know, maybe not, but yeah, just in case somebody says, hey, that's mine. Maybe I don't want to do that. Unless I generate my own or something, or create my own. But yeah, I think I'm happy with, maybe, I don't know, maybe a light inside here, one more light. I'm being very shifty. What light is this? This is the blue tin. Oh, I made this. Let's see. I'm looking at this area here, sorry. I was kind of like, oh, if these lights, these little fairy light things was, you know, really lighting up, they would have some kind of light here. I don't know. I think I'm happy with that. I don't know. My brain's like, I like the green, and then 1 second I'll be like, maybe I don't want the green, but I like that green background. Let me copy this. But it could be. I mean, you can play around. See, that doesn't look bad either. Does not look terrible. You know what's terrible? I didn't name anything in my any of my objects or hierarchy. That's very bad, but it doesn't look terrible. Yeah, I think I'll call it. Like I said, it just changing the background, just that background, even if I desaturate, it changes the look and feel so easily. Like, it's crazy, right? Like, how that can just, even the red looks cool. Everything looks cool. I like these colors. I don't know. For me, I would be doing so many different versions. But anyway, thank you again for hanging out. If you have, and if you dropped me follows, thank you. I don't have any of these follow alerts or anything. But I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, and night. And I think of what to do next. What should we build next or work on next? Bye bye. Thank you again.